All right. Knicks, Jazz today. The game is going to be in a few hours. Let's turn on our... Now, on the surface, this game shouldn't be difficult. Utah, you see, is 3-12. Knicks are 9-6. Knicks just won their last game. But again, this feels like a trap game. Knicks have had a few days of rest. Things are just a little bit too perfect. They've had 2 games in a row of 130. I'm talking about the Knicks. So can the good times keep rolling? We'll see how it goes. Deuce McBride may be back this game. So I left him in the rotation. So we'll see how Deuce will impact here. Mitch put on his wish list that he wants to be back by Christmas. That is his goal. We buffed the computer on their sliders a little bit, and we kind of nerfed our own. So it's going to be harder for us to hit our shots. I just want to get to a point where, you know, the Knicks are kind of hard because they're having a really special offensive year, but I feel like everything has been a little bit too easy. So we're going to make it a little bit more difficult for ourselves.
And Kevin, one thing you know about the front office in Utah is they're going to be completely...
Let's go. Kat has been on a tear. He has played really well. He has hit the 3 almost at 50%. I think it's dropped obviously a little bit. His free throw shooting was at 90 earlier. I think it's at 85 now. Jalen Brunson has been passing the ball better than he's ever had in his career.
Some solid defense from Hart.
So we'll see how, it's a tough team in terms of the Knicks to defend because of, I think Kat is the main catalyst because he can he can roll and he can pop at 7 feet tall, which just really spreads the defense thin. And the Knicks, for that reason, are number 2 in offense in the entire NBA. They got to get their net rating up. But because their defense is something like 19 or 20. I don't know what he was doing. You got Collins. That is a green light. He is one of the worst defenders in the NBA. We actually want to play this game pretty quickly because we're almost done with RoboCop on our second channel. If you like shoot 'em ups and just a Susan, just a whisper more of violence from your gaming, go to my second channel. It is in the bio. The link to the link to that channel is in the bio. But I think also I wanted to increase the difficulty because there's too many yellows that are going in on my end. I had like 5 yellows going in. And I don't think yellows should go in at all.
Even more difficult to defend.
Yeah, if you can hit that with regularity, it opens up the floor.
Yeah, it's going to be really hard to hit if you're not right on top of your shot.
To the inside.
What are you...
George keeping those eyes alert.
And so it's
One day we'll be able to... One day we'll get a smart AI on both ends from both your teammates
with the one hand
that are the computer and on the computer you face. It is the Black Friday sale on PlayStation, which everybody waits. Well, I know I do. Is live, so we're gonna see. We're probably gonna get Warhammer. I'm thinking Warhammer is gonna be the option. I think I'm gonna pass on Alan Wake 2 only because we've not been in Alan Wake 1. And I don't see a time when we're even gonna get time to play Alan Wake 1, but we want to play Alan Wake 1 before we play Alan Wake 2.
Allowing defenders to play more and defend more.
Yeah.
That should be good for the game.
Yeah, those were good.
So we're gonna pass on that. I'm kind of giving myself a budget of about $100. How did he get that shot? Oh my God.
Misses that one. He's made 1 and missed 2 this game so far. Now here's Hart.
I want to make tough layups in this game, man. They make tough layups impossible. I saw a layup that Josh Hart did. That was, he was bumped. He was hit at the rim, and he still made the shot. NBA players can make tough shots. Okay, just jump in my lane. Thank you, Josh Hart. That makes a lot of sense.
Off target from three-point range.
It's going to force us to really hit our shots.
But the results just
I already dropped it, I think, by a point.
Dishes to Sexton.
And already we were seeing the difference.
Back to Markkanen. Outside, George. Wide open look. And he wills that one in.
Does not let me put my hand up like they used to in previous 2Ks.
Look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
Yeah, it's certainly worth it to disrupt the offense. Coaches notice that extra.
Kat has to get better defensively, and I feel like he is.
From the field this quarter.
He's playing a lot of games. He's not been healthy the last. How did he hit that? Well, they got their stuff buffed, so they're gonna make their shots.
Might have to shift with expansion in the East or West.
Oh, I just talked about that expansion that they're talking about now.
Level ones have been noted as teams in the West. Maybe you have a team out east that is in the West moving into the Eastern Conference. But the league could obviously surprise everyone with a different solution. Maybe having one expansion team be an Eastern Conference team, one being a West. There's several options that Adam Silver and the NBA have.
I think Minnesota. New Orleans or Minnesota.
Geographically, Memphis. Those two teams are in the West, and I could see them maybe going east.
That's the correct rotation.
Here's Collins. It's rebounded by New York. They come into this.
We've missed Deuce. His defense, his offensive explosion, being able to push the pace. I'm hoping his knee is completely healed. He just worked so hard on his shot. Give me that.
David.
Kevin, thank you. The Utah Jazz last season became one of the first teams.
He has the fastest shot on the team.
Broadcast television.
That's the first non-green that went in.
Just about tripled their reach. And with the rapid growth in the region, they have a chance to attract new fans. Kevin, no doubt.
If we can get to a point where our team is shooting about 40% from three, then I can leave it. Why are you at the three-point line? Of course. He misses close shots, so that's fine.
Outstanding defense. Hey, Shams, no one is keyed on the league like you. Is there an under-the-radar trend that you're seeing around the NBA?
Macau has not taken a shot.
That you're anticipating may happen with the way the will sway one
His shot kind of slants, like right or left. It's weird. He does have a weird shot, IRL. Talking about Macau Bridges there. I think the Knicks have every opportunity to win every game on this road trip. I think Denver obviously is always difficult because of the altitude, but they were down 20 points against the Mavericks team that did not have Luka Doncic.
Heavy minutes for you that are doing everything out there on the floor, not just one particular.
And one. Of course I don't make it. Of course.
And you know what? You allow a guy to get right to the rim like that. That's your only option.
The Knicks have been perfect at the line so far, albeit just 2 for 2. So Utah going with an almost entirely new group. And Hart.
I don't know how that's early.
Well, he's been very
Feels
good
very
at the
good.
line, and we all know free throws can make or break you in the end.
Pass to Sexton. And the layup is good.
They kind of hold you back. It's like a magnetic thing. I switch
Sexton not at all fazed
to Hart.
by the contact.
I should have shot that.
Bridges passes to McBride. Back to Bridges. Here's Brunson.
That animation was terrible. That was a terrible animation because it made me. You can't really look at the anime. Oh, you can't remember. You can't really get into a rhythm. I feel like the animation is different. Maybe depending on the angle. I don't know. Jericho Sims is #1 amongst big men in the restricted area. Second dunk for McBride. And teams have been actively avoiding Sims. I think that makes Mitchell Robinson expendable at his salary.
Too easy. As he says, let me add to my highlight reel.
Pass to Hart. Over to the left wing. From deep, Brunson. What a
Oh!
play. Simply drains it in at the buzzer.
Big time shot to beat
Smell
the
me.
buzzer there. My.
Great ball movement.
And so Sexton will bring it up for the Utah Jazz. 11-point game. And Shams,
Shout out Campaign, who has been just lights out the last 3-4 games. And the Knicks have a 4-game winning streak currently.
Like I'm talking to my teenage daughter. What is your
Oh my
screen time?
God.
You've got to be in front of that computer and clearly in front of your phone.
Here comes the make-believe comeback.
Most every minute of every hour of every day.
It's not as high as it needs to be, Kevin, I'll tell you that much. And thankfully, it's not always like that, but certainly at the biggest times of the year, free agency, draft, trade deadline, it is certainly up there.
Shams is talking a lot on this.
Kevin, what's your screen time? I feel like you might have a high screen time. You want to be plugged in. I know it.
I take 2 months off in the summer, but for those 10 months, it's 7 days a week, a lot like you. But I know how much happens in the offseason. That's my interest in sitting next to you here courtside tonight, is that you're watching this game, but your mind is always thinking about this and that, and it never ends. Like, you must not get much sleep. You cannot get much sleep.
This is like, they make it impossible for you to score when you're up, and everything goes in for the computer because they want to make the game artificially close. So you just got to kind of go through it.
Sexton is the point. Clarkson is in it too. Williams is out there with Drew Eubanks. And it's Sensabaugh in at the 3 spot. That's the group right now for Utah. Sensabaugh.
Everything's a foul. Like, they're just, everything is going their way.
And he'll go to the line for 2.
Through no fault of my own.
Their 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the night.
And they've done some really nice work at the foul line, knocking down 80%.
So we're going to probably get Warhammer. I'm trying to think other games that I put. I was thinking about the expansion pack for Mortal Kombat, but it's kind of expensive. I don't know.
I played a little bit in high school, Kevin, but once I got cut in high school, that's
How is he holding me up?
Will have to train into what I'm doing.
That's
now.
impossible.
Covering
Jordan
the
Clarkson
NBA,
is 75
but
pounds
listen,
soaking
I
wet.
have a lot of confidence in my jump shot.
Mikala's skinny too, but he's tall. He has more weight.
I'm not trying to give any comparisons, but I do love to shoot the ball. That is the one thing I know I can do decently on.
I know. I love your answer.
Not much else, but I can shoot.
The Knicks leading by 5. Hart kicks to Anunoby.
Anunoby's been tearing it up, man.
By New York here. Here's Towns and the dunk by Towns.
I have not been able to shoot a 3 with Towns yet.
Towns to finish with
I've been rolling a lot.
he has the chance.
I think Kat is going to be an all-star. I think Brunson is going to be an all-star this year for the Knicks, and that's it.
I mean, they're not going to force shots, and it's that selectiveness that's yielded such an impressive field goal percentage.
And no one near Clarkson as he lets it go.
That is not true. OG was right there.
Hart against Williams.
See, the computer moved weird there.
Now here's Hart. And there's the drive.
Oh my God.
Anunoby kicks to Hart. Good on the triple. And now it's a 10-point Knicks lead.
The rotation was
Shams,
crazy.
I don't know how many kids grow up thinking they're going to be an NBA.
Josh Hart is the king of the shot clock
That is something that you
buzzer
probably
beater.
thought about at one time or another.
He's always hitting. Oh God.
Kevin, I knew at the age of
You gotta rotate, man.
what I want to do, and this path I wanted to take an insider for the NBA because I love playing basketball, I loved writing, and I had a genuine passion for transactions, for the behind-the-scenes stories. So to be able to tell that story to the fans, I feel like I am one of the fans. That's why I feel like I can relate to the fans, and so that's what inspired me mostly to take this career.
Yeah, let's go OG. That's what OG does.
It is a pleasure reading you and hearing you.
Kevin, appreciate you so much.
This is the longest I've ever heard Shams on a game.
And on the slam, Bridges using the vertical to finish strong before the D can contest.
Master Williams.
I don't know who this Williams is.
Williams can't
That is
hit.
not going in.
The Knicks leading by 9. Picked him clean.
Oh, OG was cutting. How did he get that?
Clarkson on the wing.
This season has been really marred by injuries. NBA Cup has been weird. Like,
And you know what? He's just not on his game. No doubt about it. Their deficit
every
isn't
bounce is
totally
going to
on
them.
him,
Jesus.
But he has not been an asset for his team.
Mills finds Williams. Clarkson against Bridges. A shot by Clarkson, no good. Payne passes to Anunoby.
I have not been able to get a shot off the campaign.
Nothing on the board. Towns in the corner. And he's good on the 3-ball.
Let's go.
Towns has got the lead up to 12 now for the Knicks.
Oh, great ball movement.
Knicks just have too much talent. Too many floor spacers. Too many defenders.
And his cold spell. And Clarkson with the layup.
How is he putting the business on Macau?
Well, after a silent first quarter, this is who they needed him to be. This is why you never count a guy out.
Let's go.
By Towns.
Wow, a former Rookie of the Year now approaching a decade in the league. Towns knows how to ball.
They got to do updated commentary.
It's rebounded
Like
by
during the
Towns.
year, just get them on a time on like a day off and just talk for a little bit.
Anunoby gets
They're gonna do
Payne
in-season stuff, especially about when it's about
with
trades.
the screen for Payne. And the shot no good, a bit short.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that.
Clarkson against Bridges.
Give me that.
A shot by Clarkson, no good.
Freaking Towns has 12 rebounds a game. He's having a career year this year.
The 12-point lead, their biggest of the game. Towns, the pass to Bridges. Left side, Towns.
And a foul.
He's now 8 of 9 from the floor.
And not hard to see why they are giving up points on this run. Just too many good looks from in close.
They need a good offensive possession.
It has been Kat and Jalen the whole game. I have not got anybody else involved. It's been hard because they've been switching everything.
Driving in.
That's a foul. Fine, whatever.
As the whistle blows, he'll shoot 2 free throws.
And working, Kevin, themselves to the line here in the second. A nice way to get your offense going.
And the first one at the line is good. So Utah going with an almost entirely new group here. Collins checked in for Eubanks. Markkanen comes in for Williams. Sexton, he's checked in for Clarkson. And George is subbed in for Patty Mills. Then for the Knicks, Sims is checked in. And Miles McBride.
That's the problem, is because he's so fast and he can get by fives really easily. That's why I would never put Kat at the 4, because you kind of take away what he's good at. So I feel like this is going to be the starting lineup for the rest of the year. I don't think they're going to put Mitch in there when he gets back, or Precious.
Can't wait to do it again sometime. I'm honored. I'm privileged.
Oh, we are going to hold you to that.
Yeah, they got to keep it the same.
And what a treat it was to have Sean stop by. He's definitely become
And one. Let's go.
the fabric of the NBA.
Yeah, and I'll say this. You won't need a harder worker in terms of NBA coverage. Shams has amazing dedication to his craft.
I thought that was late,
Lebowski,
and it was a
he's checked
green.
in for the Jazz.
Yeah, this is what the
So,
game is going to be
Utah,
like. The Jazz just
they
don't
trail
have the
by
talent to
18.
stay with the Knicks.
Couldn't put the pieces together, losing that last matchup with San Antonio.
Even with all the buffs I gave the computer before the game.
Expecting.
See, that they're holding me. Like, I cannot move faster than that, even though I'm seeing the play develop.
Good lesson for them moving forward.
Anunoby outside. Pass to
Yo,
Brunson.
McBride is getting by everybody pretty easy.
And it's John Collins with the rebound.
I'm sure he'd like to have that back. That's a missed opportunity.
The shine on Lauri Markkanen has worn off. He's going to get traded at some point. He can't get traded this year
His size
because he signed the day after on purpose.
Settle for the layup and elects the dunk.
But he will eventually get traded.
Tough to stop if you're
In the
defense.
offseason, I
They've
believe.
Just gotten locked in.
So Jazz are just not in a position to have pieces like that.
Shot from 12.
And if they can get a nice draft pick and a loaded draft this year, I think you got to
George has got 4 points.
center it around that. And then, you know,
Nice touch inside. George can finish from all 3 levels.
let's go, Kat.
This is how they built the lead, calling on the right guys at the right time.
Yeah, come on. They're just having their way out there.
He was pretty much an automatic.
And that's what
bucket
Kat does,
if he got it down
and that's what
low
he's been
on
doing
the ball.
all year. He's impossible for centers to guard. I think teams should actually put
Here's who Tom Thibodeau
a four on them with strength. Think of a Draymond or somebody like that. I think the Knicks are going to have trouble with the Warriors this year.
Then it's OG Anunoby. And it's Bridges into the two-double. Greg, we know about the Euro step, but is the decel the next move that's getting more notice?
I think it is, Kevin, and you can see players have quickly incorporated that into their arsenal. It's been fun to watch, man, and I tell you, it creates some uncomfortable situations.
It was early, but
Jazz trail by 15.
I thought he was going to block it because they have abnormally fast rotations sometimes.
Pass to Filipowski. Down low. Here's Collins. Right on top of Carl Anthony Towns.
He can slam it with the best of them. Collins with an all-star weekend-worthy dunk there.
Bridges kicks to Brunson.
They take too long to give me my damn pick. Come on. And a foul.
Finish inside.
And boy, he's really in a groove. Dominant performance last game. Same thing this time out.
Yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
Brunson and Kat are the first teammates this year to have double-doubles, 30-point double-doubles in the same game.
Running sets for him.
Here's Filipowski. It's rebounded by Towns. Towns has got rebound number 5.
Look at, why is he not
tonight.
cutting to the back?
Off
Oh
the
my
pass to
God, this game, bro. Makes no sense.
Right side Towns.
Well, since being selected first overall back in 2015, Karl Anthony Towns has been such an incredible force for his career, averaging a double-double. Someone you can build around.
You know, great thing. And so George will bring it up for Utah. 17-point game. Here's Sexton. No good on the
Good
shot.
defense by
with some
Bridges.
nice defense.
I think Bridges has been criticized way too much. He's finding himself on a new team, on a new role.
And contact on the shot.
It's not going to be an overnight thing. He's not going to be a star because
Colin Sexton.
And Bridges is a crafty player.
Brunson and Towns are going to get a bulk of the shots. He went from getting whatever shot he wanted on the Nets,
Retired players
from the Phoenix getting
of the younger generation.
corner shots, and now he's back to that role.
I think it's
Anything over 15 points a game with decent defense and 40% three-point shooting, I'll take. I don't need him to be a star.
Retired players, they should have an appreciation.
And he's great for the against zone. The Knicks have had issues with zone defense for many years now. And now, because of Bridges able to hit the midi, let's go. Being able to hit the midi, being able to hit the corner three. People are not really hitting us with the zone and making us suffer anymore. And that's all because of Bridges. He does that same play whenever they're running a zone. He runs to about the free throw line extended and then takes that midi and makes 2 or 3 of them, and then they get out of the zone in a second.
With teams now possessing more roster spots to develop prospects, and about 3/4 of the tradable picks.
Oh, good shot. Let's go.
A third of the NBA's teams. We may not see so many picks given up moving forward. Kevin?
They're exactly right, David. Something certainly to keep an eye on.
Yeah, the Nets, the Jazz have the Spurs. But I don't want to be any of those franchises either because they're not winning. So,
Markkanen's got 4 points this quarter.
Yeah, he was showing.
I mean, unless you're going to get Cooper Flag, it doesn't matter.
So tough to contain.
That's a weird animation. It's slower. Like, you have to really adjust this year depending on the animation, and you don't know what animation is going to come out. It's weird. I don't know.
Got 8 points.
Well, they're behind, but it's certainly not because of him. He's doing everything he can. He just needs more help from his teammates.
I got my animation early. They didn't give it to me because 3 people jumped.
Brunson. Towns, the pass to Brunson. Towns, a screen on George from downtown.
Yeah, you cannot stop that pick and pop because you have to send the helper to Brunson. I just missed the shot, but that's what teams have been dealing with. When it's Brunson and Towns, it is a rough pick and roll to deal with. They're the first teammates since Kobe and Shaq at point guard and center to average over 25 points a game each.
4 on the shot clock.
Yeah, you don't want Keontae George being guarded by Brunson.
George, and the whistle blows. It's going to be on Kyle Filipowski.
Yeah, Filipowski, watch it.
A different look for Utah. Eubanks comes in for John Collins, and it's Clarkson in for Keontae George. Then for the Knicks, Sims is checked in, and Miles McBride subbed in for Anunoby. Here's McBride, and he hits the jump shot.
Deuce.
Ooh, that is a tough shot.
Deuce is filthy, man. And he has like a hezzy dribble
Sexton with it.
that he's kind of crossed people to death. Like, I think on a different team, I think he could average like 13, 14 a game.
Knicks with the rebound.
I think right now he's averaging 9 or something.
Rebound number 8 now on the night.
How did he
From Sims.
guarded me at the free throw line and was able to go back and contest Sims at the rim? That's impossible. You pick one or the other. Pick your poison. Come on now.
Now, here's Clarkson. Payne covering.
I don't know anything about Filipowski's game.
Here's Markkanen. The Jazz again can't hit
I was debating going to Montreal,
Money on that one, but everyone is afforded an
but
easy misser too.
they are riding
Great look. Sometimes they
and
don't
breaking
fall.
and a whole bunch of other
Just gotta
stuff.
Keep taking great shots.
So won't be going there. Maybe I'll go to Boston. I don't know.
hard against Sexton.
Might have some baked beans or something.
Clarkson right side. Uses the
That's a
glass to
tough
finish
shot.
the layup.
Or maybe go down
Clarkson's got 9
south.
points.
I don't know.
Well, looking for that point-blank opportunity. Clarkson wanted the highest
Oh, that's a
percentage
terrible shot.
possible.
Terrible shot.
Jazz trail by 20. GA, as you know, Jalen Brunson is a second.
Oh my
generation
God. There's a lot of
NBA
vacation
Yeah, his dad,
that I'm
Rick
thinking about
was an
coming up.
11-year vet who also played overseas and eventually settled in as a coach in this league. So Jalen grew up in those NBA locker rooms.
Payne. hands it
Let's
to
go.
downtown. And the Knicks lead by 20.
Let's go,
I don't
campaign.
care how far from the bucket he is. You've got to
This
have
better
a
be the
man
result
on
today.
him.
They
He's
better
just
not
too
lose today.
good.
I'm gonna be annoyed.
Pass to Eubanks.
I don't know if I'm gonna play every game on this road trip. We're gonna play enough of them.
Here's Markkanen.
We're playing Shadow of the Colossus whenever we're not playing 2K. Take a look at that series. It's actually a lot of fun. It's a really old game, but it's a lot of fun. It's a puzzle game. It's not a.
9 points for Colin Sexton.
I didn't think that's what it was gonna be. It's a straight puzzle game.
McBride passes to Brunson. Some nice passing by New York here.
That's a tough shot. Payne has weird shots, man. Weird shots, weird angles. He shoots weird. He's a underrated defensive player. He is a pest. So Tyler Kolek, unless Payne gets injured, Tyler Kolek is not going to get in this year in any meaningful minutes. So I think they should just send him to the G League, let him go dominate down there like Deuce did. Because they've not done that as of yet.
Back to Brunson.
I like this rotation that they're doing now.
Going inside. Goes up and lays it.
Brunson and others and the bench.
Brunson's got 19 points.
I'm not mad at that. They usually do Kat and the bench.
That's one of the easiest shots.
3-point guards. I've actually liked that Tibbs has switched that up and is doing more innovative offense. Well, it's not innovative. It's old hat at this point.
No good. The Knicks
But
lead by
even a
20.
while ago, can you imagine?
To the wing right side. To the middle. Stolen.
Why did the pass go past
And
him?
here's the fast break. Clarkson leading the way. Sims with the
Yeah, playing defense now. Now we're playing defense.
rebound right now in the game.
And with the success they've
Oh,
had,
I thought that was gonna make it to Hart.
Right where you'd expect him to be, firmly in the driver's seat.
Another miss by Utah. And here's Brunson. Gets it off. And that would have...
They gotta switch 2K with the hair. I mean, they gotta do a lot of things to improve. But Deuce has like 3 different hairstyles. This is one of them.
Then there's Jordan Clarkson. Then it's Collier.
Let's go, Deuce.
Ball in at the small forward.
That's one of them that he does. But then he has the afro look. Then he has the one little curl coming down look
Rocking the rim
with the curls.
major force.
I mean, the defense
Deuce is a beast. Oh, man. How you gonna try to jump that pass and miss it completely?
Excellent vision to see the open spot in the defense and lead it to the score.
And 5. But they're not calling fouls on Brunson this year anyway.
Pass to Sensabaugh.
Brunson guarding Filipowski, which should be great.
Out to Clarkson. Good on the three-point shot.
Yeah, not the most accurate three-point shooter, but Clarkson makes enough to keep you honest.
Here's Towns. They grab their own.
Oh my
miss.
God, how did I catch that?
McBride.
Oh man, I thought it was
No good on the
Payne.
three.
Deuce has such a fast shot. You almost gotta let it go right away.
Their three-pointers to go down tonight.
Give me that.
4 for 9. We see coaches stand willing to pay fines for complaining about the officiating. I'm having a hard time thinking if you ever did that. Going back in my Rolodex here, did you? Did you ever do that, Coach?
I mean, Kevin, I paid hundreds of thousands of dollars of fines in the NBA. Yeah, my wife was not real happy about that. At one point, reminding me early on that we had 4 kids we were going to try to put through college, and she told me one year I just gave away 2 college educations.
Oh, goodness.
It's so sad. I think this story was told before Stan's wife passed away. I believe she passed away
Nice job by Clarkson moving the ball there.
like unexpectedly. Like, I don't know if it was cancer. I don't know what it was, but
Now Clarkson will break the
Deuce
lead
and Macau have really good synergy for never playing with each other. Deuce is always looking for him, always trying to get him involved. And they seem to like each other, which is kind of cool. So you never know how teammates are going to fare with new, you know, look at Julius and Rudy Gobert despising each other. You never know what kind of energy. And I think that's what Minnesota is going through, is they don't have the same synergy. And one! Let's go. Let's go.
Now let's take a moment to get your guys' take on the scoring so far for New York.
Well, they've been owning the painted area offensively. I love the intensity they're playing with down there.
I think this is a fair difference. I think this is a fair difficulty. I don't feel like everything that I have is going in. It's really hard to shoot, but it's not impossible, so we'll see how this goes. I want to get to the point where I can lose occasionally. Like if I mean, what's the average team lose? Like if it's a, you want to find a rating that with a good team, let's say you win 60 out of 82, so that's 75%. So with the Knicks, which I feel is a good team, I should win 75% of the time. So 1 out of 4 losses, that's our happy zone. That's where we want to get to with the sliders.
Brunson finds Anunoby outside Towns. Back to Anunoby.
That's a dunk. IRL, that's a dunk. Anunoby amongst non-centers is first in dunks. So they got to buff his dunking in the restricted area. And Kat has been great passing. I did not think he was such a good passer. He's a willing passer. He's averaging more assists than Hartenstein did last year. I mean, obviously, it's a lower sample size, but there's no reason why it won't continue. And then also, Kat has a better support staff.
And here's Brunson outside.
Smell me. How does he do it? I think he does this. He does this? Yeah, he does this.
Third triple of the game.
That's hard. You put the knuckle right in your nose.
Here's Collier.
Give me that. Get the hell out. I can never get a block or a contest, ever.
That one is on Town.
Yeah, but don't lie.
About these different approaches. The development system for youth basketball is vastly different in the U.S. than in Europe. Which do you think is best?
Well, I think in terms of developing skills,
You missed.
Kevin, we've seen it. The European players of all sizes have very well-rounded games skill-wise. They do a lot of work on a daily basis developing those skills. Whereas
I'm in his mug, bro.
in the U.S.,
I better
young
miss.
guys play a lot of games in the AAU system. Skill development not as strong, but they do learn to compete on an everyday basis.
Back to Brunson. Inside, Hart. The kick out to Towns. They get it again. Pass to Brunson.
Yo, that's what Hart does, man.
And it's Hart top of the key. driving to the basket.
Yeah, he didn't think I was going to shoot it because... Wow, that was fun.
Well, if it ain't broke,
That was a fun series.
don't fix it. They keep getting it
Yo,
in
this
the
team
paint
sucks.
and continue to score.
Utah is trash.
Sexton's shot is good.
They're going after Cooper Flag.
He's turned things around after
And we know what kind of players Utah likes. We know. And to have a generational player like Cooper Flag.
Hart wide open.
Oh, how do I miss that? I had enough time to tie my laces.
Jazz have gone 4 of 7 from the field since the beginning of the fourth.
They want Cooper Flag.
Outside,
You know why they want Cooper Flag. You're very aware. You know why.
Outside, Sexton connects from three-point range. Sexton's got 12 points in just the second half. Bridges kicks to Hart.
Yo, Hart has done everything. He's been great. He's been like Andre Iguodala was for those Warriors championship teams.
And Anunoby gets it to go on the assist by Towns.
Now you can angle yourself really far from the basket and still get a layup. That's a weird animation I've never seen before.
He's care of the game. Karl Anthony Towns.
And guys, no doubt who our pick was going to be. He's made everyone else on the court look like they're playing at half speed. It's been total domination.
Give me that. Let's go.
Just sit back.
I love those things that Mikal does. Let's go.
To come in here facing a hostile crowd and have a game like he's had, that's what separates the good players from the great players.
And how about the game from Towns? So the combination of that height and shooting, probably unmatched in the NBA.
Here's Filipowski, defended by Hart. George against Brunson. Shoots it. And he buries that one, drilling the rim on the way down. The Knicks leading by 22. Towns, the pass to Anunoby. Brunson with it, defended by George. Here's Anunoby.
Yeah, I kind of chucked that up.
No good from outside.
It's really hard to get shots up.
Utah's gotten off 4 3-pointers in the final quarter, and 2 of them have fallen.
And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout.
Yo, Hart has been rebounding like a demon.
For the Knicks.
And this was one that never really was in doubt, I thought, an all-around dominant performance. And you kind of thought that maybe even going into the game.
Yeah, there was a sense of that, and man, they just pretty much blew them right out of the water. A clinic was put on display here today.
And an important milestone for them tonight as they pick up win number 10.
And so they'll take the first game of the season series, a team they'll only see twice. They're certainly happy to start.
You know how they
off with
go
a win.
to the weak side, which makes no sense. Why do that? Can I get occasional open shots?
He was extremely efficient offensively, got good looks, and really knocked down big shots all game long.
Sexton dishes to Markkanen. George sets a screen for Markkanen. And the call is going to be, yes, it is, an illegal screen.
Beyond the leaning, you could see his feet more.
This is something Tibbs would do.
Easy call.
20-point lead. I'll put the bench in with 30 seconds to go.
You can't make it that obvious.
Looking at who's out there now for the Knicks.
Oh, you mad for?
Checked in, and Miles McBride subbed
Like,
in for Mikal
run out the
Bridges.
clock.
I mean, even from over here, you can see that one pretty clearly.
Payne hits them both. And so Sexton will bring it up for the Utah Jazz. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Pass to George. Lets it go from deep. Sims with the rebound.
Nothing.
Here's McBride.
Almost at 100.
So no problem for New York as they get
Wow.
the win. A reset. This is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching, folks, on 2K Sports.
Comparison. The number is a little bit better. So, okay, so the three-pointers are perfect. So they're about 40%. And that's what a good team tends to shoot. I bumped up the computer, but this team sucks. We got to wait a while to watch to see how it improves. They almost shot 50%, so I think those numbers are pretty good, especially for a horrible team like that. I think that's bad. Maybe the three-pointers get one more point, but we'll see again. But everything else was pretty good. Sexton, this team is just terrible. Yeah, they're going for the first pick. Kat, I mean, this has been atypical all year long. Let's actually move myself a little bit. This has been terrible. I mean, this has been typical, not terrible, typical. It's been Kat leading the way in scoring, rebounding, and actually Minnesota fans are upset now because he's playing so well. But again, I mean, I felt like they just financially were not going to be able to pay Anthony Edwards, pay Gobert, pay Kat, pay Jaden McDaniels. Julius is coming off the books. I think they're going to let him go. I don't think they're going to re-sign him. I think Julius would do well in some place like Chicago. I think he would play really well in Chicago, actually, or Miami. Miami, he would be in a winning situation. That would be interesting. Jalen has been great. Same thing, 8 assists, give or take. He's averaging 7. He's never averaged that much in a season, and that's what I said earlier in the year that Jalen needs to do. This is not the same team. You don't have to be captain, rescue or whatever. Just make fourth quarter shots is important. Get everybody involved early, get everybody into a rhythm. I didn't do that today. I kind of failed even with the 8 assists because McCall did nothing. Well, they did all right. 999. Oh, wow. The law firm of 999. Sounds about right. Look at 12 rebounds, 5 assists for Josh Hart. How can you not like this guy? He's just a perfect player on any NBA team. I don't know why the Pelicans or the Blazers traded him, or the Lakers for that matter. I digress. Anyway, he's here forever. He belongs to us. He's not going anywhere. Anyway. We'll watch the game. We're going to enjoy it, and then we'll talk about it. We may play the next one. We may not. We'll see. If anyway, Shadow of the Colossus will be on, and so take a look at that, and then RoboCop on the second channel. Anyway, I'll catch you on the next one.